Okay, so the plan when I came out here was to go ahead and, take off the drums and check the drum brakes. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, simply because that center thing has to come off, and I don't know how that comes off. However, there is one thing that makes it a really important thing to check on, and that is handbrake. As I'm sure you know, a handbrake makes the car not move. So what it does is that. Locks up the brakes. However, on this side, it does not lock up the brakes in the slightest. So I have to get the drum off this one as well, with that stupid little center spindle thing, and figure that out. That is, however, something I'm going to have to find out. So now, the whole project, I'm going to be going and taking the spark plugs out of this car, which is going to be interesting, if for no other reason than the fact that 3 of the spark plugs are in the front and 3 of them are in the rear. So we've got spark plugs 1, 2, and 3. And then we have spark plugs. I seem to not have a flashlight thing on here. Spark plugs 4, 5, and 6 down there. Somewhere. Yeah, I see 2 of them, but not the... Oh, nope, they're there. Got 1 right there. Then the other 2 are underneath that mess of wires. So, that's going to be fun. So you may be wondering yourself, hey Michael, why even bother with doing that when you don't have a starter? It's very simple. Because I want to turn the engine over by hand. And the reason behind doing that is also so I can get some liquid into the cylinders. Hopefully they're not too rusty crusty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, this only matters if the spray nozzle actually stays in the can, which it does not like. It seemingly does not want to. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so those back cylinders aren't going to get any oil because I can't see back there. So, the whole thing with that if I remember right, it was 15 millimeter? $16? No. 18. Right on the money. Okay. And always forgetting one. 10 millimeter. because I have to get this panel thing down. So I have to get this panel thing off. I really should try using my actual camera for this thing, if I'm being honest. Where's my little twisty thing? There's the twisty thing. Okay. Gonna put you down for a second there, buddy. Okay, twisty thing, you're going away, because you're not doing anything. And of course, there's always one bolt that decides, hey, I don't want to cooperate. And what you do with those bolts is you get rid of them. Well, not completely, you take them off so that you don't have to deal with them. But it's a lot easier to say just get rid of them than, you know, hey, just go ahead and undo those and temporarily take them off. Which, to be fair, would be a lot easier to deal with. In case you're wondering what I'm dealing with, there is a single bolt right there that is keeping this whole shebang up in the way. Which I can't really set the phone well to capture, so that's why you're getting a view of the ground. Of course, if you're like me and you can't find the right tools, then you use a pair of vice grips. Little spring-loaded buddies. Now, they're not good for being exact in, you know, not stripping bolts out, but all you need to do is get one tiny bolt out of the way that you really don't care about. They're going to be your best friend. Of course, if you really want to see this, that'll work. But all I'm doing is literally just removing one tiny stubborn bolt. Because I do not have the proper size socket at the moment. It's in the house. I really don't feel like going back in there right now. So untie it with your fingers, and when it gets stuck, and you would normally need a ratchet, or, well, a ratchet and socket, you just use your little friends, the pincers, and you make it move. Once you get to a certain point, the bolt will almost fall out. And that is the point you want it to be at. Of course, you don't want to lose that bolt, even though every single thing in your body is telling you to get rid of it. And so now, you can move that panel out of the way. And I believe that should get the view. And so you just take it, put it on there, and then you extend it again, because you can't actually get any good movement without bashing your hand open. And so you go and extend it one more again so you're not rubbing your knuckles against everything. Once you refind the extensions that you place down and completely forget about. And so after putting about 4 feet of extensions on everything, not really, you just go and push. And then it doesn't move, so you have to go and switch over to your persuader instead of a ratchet. This is the persuader. It is solid and it is very mean. And so you just put it on there and you push. Which then moves the engine. You just want to go through. And in case you're not sure of exactly what I'm doing, all I am doing is literally just spinning the engine over to make sure that there's nothing abnormally wrong with it. Which, to be fair, the back cylinders are dry at the moment. But once you spin everything over enough times, it moves the oil pump. You should be able to switch back to the ratchet. Which is a good sign. Which is good. It means the engine's not seized up, and it means that this project is not a waste of time. All right. And that's that.